Dana, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Welcome to Vegas.
Mate, fantastic. What a great town.
Yeah.
Great
town.
It's
the best. I love this city.
I must say the arrivals terminal at Vegas is the happiest place in the world. The departure's the saddest. It's an unbelievable gym.
Thanks. Yeah, this is. I work out here every morning and then start my day.
Yeah, incredible, mate. I suppose everyone says it, but congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
It's just incredible, mate.
I appreciate it.
UFC 326 coming up, and are you blown away by the growth in the sport, by the UFC? How quickly, like each year, it just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we keep breaking records every year, whether it's gate records or ratings or, and it's been, our launch onto Paramount has been massive. So they're really excited about the partnership already, and they've been incredible to deal with already. So it's going to be a fun 7 years.
White House, the event on the White House. How'd that happen?
We were at a fight, the president and I, and during the fight, he looks over at me and goes, we should do a fight at the White House. And I was like, yes, I agree, we should do a fight at the White House. And then he is the type of guy that when he says something, you can consider it done.
Yeah.
He doesn't just throw stuff out there and then forget. And after that night, he was all over me, and he's like, I'm going to put Ivanka in charge of getting the whole thing, rolling, with his team. And we put some ideas together. We went out and pitched them. He loved them, so then we dove in. And then just this last week, we went out and showed him everything, and he was blown away.
Wow.
He didn't change one thing, and it's going to be the most incredible thing that I have ever been a part of in my life, let alone my career. So I'm really looking forward to it.
How's it going to work? Well, because imagine the security will be huge.
Yeah. Secret Service is going to do what they do.
Yeah.
We have security, but at the government level like that, it'll. Yeah.
I tell you what, Danny, been so good to the Australian fighters over the years. They speak so well. They're like Volkanovski, mate. He's incredible fighter.
Well, I'll tell you something that's crazy. If you think about when we first started moving into Australia, we had Elvis Sinisic. I mean, there really wasn't anybody else out of Australia or New Zealand. Now, multiple world champions, multiple top 10 guys, and Volkanovski, the greatest in that weight division ever and one of the greatest of all time. Now, as they get into boxing, Jai Opetaia, again, the greatest, the one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, and all coming out of Australia right now.
Yeah, mate. I want to ask you about a couple of the fighters, like the Chechen fighters, and that you get them. Like, do you fight them? Do you scout fighters, or they just come to you guys?
Yeah. So, our matchmaking team has their finger on the pulse of what's going on out there, who's up and coming, and most of these guys right now are being scouted for the Contender Series. So we do a show called the Contender Series, where the best unsigned fighters in the world come in one night, show me who you are and show me what you got.
Wow.
I don't study them. I don't look at anything. The night that I get in there, there's a one sheet on these guys, who they are, where they came from. None of that matters. Obviously, you're really good. That's why you're here. But show me who you are right here, right now, tonight. And it's the greatest show on television.
And how good it, those people, they're bred into fighting and wrestling. How good it is for them, like Khabib. I remember I heard an interview he did with Tyson. He was talking about when he was a young fella, and his old man was teaching him how to fight. He bought a circus bear and took the claws out, and Khabib's wrestling with the circus bear, and the bear bit him. And he said to his dad, "Dad, look, the bear bit me." He said, "Fight it back." That's what he said. Like they're tough guys.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Any of those guys that are coming out of any of the stands right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are really, in boxing too, not just MMA, in boxing too. So, Khabib Nurmagomedov literally has a factory of badass dudes where they just keep pumping these guys out. And there's so many of them, you couldn't possibly get all these guys fights.
Incredible. Dana, who's your favourite of all the blokes like you've had in the UFC? Which one for you?
Well, it's hard to say that I had one favorite. I've had a lot of people who have been great, from the early days, the Chuck Liddells, the Matt Hugheses, the Ronda Rouseys, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Conor, you know, the list goes on and on of guys that have been great to deal with.
Yeah. Conor, what's he up to now, Conor?
He's working on a comeback right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. What about future plans with the UFC? What's the next step?
Yeah. Well, it's always the same. Every year I'm looking for the best up-and-coming talent in the world, looking for the next superstar, next world champion, and looking to go to places that we've never been.
Yep.
You know, yesterday was my 25th anniversary. I've been doing this for 25 years. And, you know, there's still places that we haven't been.
Yep.
So as more talent continues to pop up around the world, I mean, you know, Australia makes the most sense to talk about. If you look at how fast that place has grown and how much talent there is in such a short amount of time, that's starting to happen in other places around the world too. We're going back to Azerbaijan here pretty soon. It'll be our second time going there. We're talking about going to, you know, I want to go to Georgia.
Yep.
I'm probably going to do a fight maybe this year in South Africa, which will be our first time in Africa, and the list goes on and on. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the White House. You know, we did the Sphere. As new technology and new crazy places pop up, you know,
Yeah.
I always want to push the limits on giving people. I like to give. Obviously, our production is great. What I love is to give a good live experience. Like people leave and go, God damn, that was great. I want to come back to one of these again. I'm always looking to push that live experience.
Well, the live experience, like in Australia, like, you know, I remember about a decade ago, it was a big debate. People say, you know, some people love it, other people. It was almost fringe. When you guys come, like my friends and everyone, they're just talking, are you going to go to the fight? And the events, it's just massive, you know.
Well, one of the things, that was my big goal is we were so confident in the live event, bringing in new fans. So there'd be a guy like you who was a fan, and you bring 3 or 4 friends, and what would happen is nobody ever left a UFC event going, yeah, I don't ever want to come back to one of these again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every Saturday when we go, my goal is, if you're home with your friends and family watching it on TV, if you're in a bar watching it with your friends, or if you're there live, I want you to turn the TV off or whatever it is and leave and go, damn, that was awesome. I'm glad I stayed home and did this tonight, or I went to the bar, or I flew to Vegas and saw it.
Yeah. I just want to ask a couple of things about yourself. We've got our sound guy here. Where's Dusty? Yeah, Dusty was talking about you. There he is over there. He's our token American in the crew, right?
Got it.
But he was talking about, you know, he was on a shoot with you and he's talking about your office and all the stuff you've got there, and the cards, and the samurai suit, things like that. Like, you know, you collect all those things?
Yeah, I think, you know, I say this all the time. When you start to make money, you start to buy some dumb shit. I have some meteorites out there too that are in this big glass case. Yeah, Lene, our head of PR, and I just, after the Houston event, we flew to Boston, and I spoke at Harvard Business School. And the guy who interviewed me for the class was the writer who did the Forbes cover story on me. And he kept hitting me with toxic masculinity.
Oh,
that I'm like I'm the godfather of the manosphere and toxic masculinity and all this stuff. And he's like, he keeps pushing it and pushing it. And I'm like, I don't, what do you mean? He says, I've been in your office. You have guns and samurai swords and all these. I said, what should I have in my office? Barbie dolls? I mean, I'm a man, and this is the kind of stuff that men are into. You know,
some of that bullshit, unbelievable.
It's so crazy.
I remember a few.
It's insane.
It's unbelievable. I remember those in Thailand, those kids that were caught in the cave, and there was a couple of the Australians that went in and saved them. And people have said, oh yeah, typical toxic masculinity. What are you going to fucking do? Let the kids die?
100%.
You know, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah,
how you going
I agree with you.
How you going on the punt with the gambling? How you going?
Yeah, it's good.
Good
I played last night. I will play again tonight, and yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, not so good for me.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
I've got to get a few
What'd you
tips.
play? Blackjack?
Oh, this is going to sound really sad. I was playing the slots. You know, so I'm like a pensioner, you know, sitting there hitting the slots, wondering why I'm losing money.
Yes, that's a tough one. Slots are tough.
Awful. Dana, UFC 326 coming up. What can we expect, mate?
It's sold out, and you know, for the BMF title, Oliveira versus Holloway, you could not ask for a better. I mean, it is literally what the BMF title stands for. So,
yeah, wow.
Really looking forward to it.
Hey, congratulations on your success and your time, mate. Thank you very much, Dana.
Appreciate it,
Thanks,
brother.
brother.